Hello everyone, my name is Chas, and today I'm very excited because just earlier in the morning in the mail, I'm gonna just actually take this off here. I got my LightPhone 3. I've been waiting for this thing. I pre-ordered it back in June of 2024, but I am so excited that it is finally here. I've been thinking about this thing for ages, so I wanted to make a little video and just record my first reactions of unboxing. I figure it could be cool to just show an average user's first reaction, especially because there's a lot of people online who are, tech experts and that type of stuff, who like to delve deep into the actual intricacies of tech and these types of products. But honestly, me personally, I am more focused on the fact that the LightPhone will hopefully help me be able to reduce my screen time and just be able to focus more on being outside and just focus on myself, because I do spend a lot of time on my iPhone, and I also don't like how much the iPhone tracks my data and stuff. I also have here the screen protector and the case as well, so I'll be unboxing those and attempting to apply them onto the LightPhone. And yeah, let's just get right into this. So while I'm taking off the plastic here, I will mention I'm in Canada, I'm in Ottawa, and I had to pay about $70 for duties and taxes and that type of stuff, which honestly I thought it would be a lot more. There were some people online saying that they had to pay upwards of $200, $300 for their phone. I'm very pleased that it didn't cost too much extra. I also think the box is pretty cool. You can see here it says a tool for better life, and on the back there's the phone itself. The box opens pretty nicely. Got a little card there. It has like what the phone looks like, and then on the back it says, welcome to your new LightPhone, some links for setting up your new device, and then it has start.thelightphone.com, dashboard.thelightphone.com, and support@thelightphone.com. So I really like how they do provide you with some little tools there if you're struggling to set up the device or if you need some help. And I also like, this is kind of cool, you can see here there's a little pin to open your SIM card on your old phone and also on the LightPhone. That is amazing, because I don't know about you guys, but I always struggle whenever I am trying to open that. Even like with my old devices, if you're trying to switch your SIM card, I would try to use like a little fine point pencil, and then the lead would end up breaking out. It'd just be a huge hassle. So that is super handy. I really like that they've provided that. And you can see here too, on the inside here, there's the case itself, which holds the phone. There's a box, which I assume that's probably the charging cord there. And then there's a little message here too, which says, introducing the LightPhone 3, a phone designed to give you the tools to flourish as the most thoughtful and intentional version of yourself. It's a tool for better life, which is exactly why I bought it. It's nice to see that the company actually understands who their audience is. So first, I'll open the USB cable just because it's the smallest box, just to see what exactly type of cable. Okay, so it does have, I believe this is a USB-C cable. So I think a lot of modern phones now have these. I know in the UK, Apple was forced to switch to USB-C from Apple chargers. So I'm definitely happy to have this cable. It's very nice of them to provide a cable. I don't think they provided a block, which is too bad, but I do have lots of those, so I'm not really worried about that. You can also see here, if the camera picks it up, there is light text on the cable there. So that's kind of cool. It's got its own branding. Kind of neat, just little touches like that. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, and now the moment of truth. This is what I've been waiting for here. So as you can see here, oh, it's actually kind of cool. It says it's made in Japan. That's kind of neat. But so this is the case that the phone is housed in. And now the moment of truth. It says, much love, Light. That's kind of nice there. And here we go. Here it is. This is the LightPhone 3. It's got some little protective packaging on it. I'm going to be trying to be really careful, but here it is. Ta-da! Here is the LightPhone 3. Oh my goodness. I've been so excited for this. Okay, so you can see here, there's the phone itself. There is the camera on the back there, and I'm actually curious if it's going to start up. I have no idea if it has a battery on it right now. I mean, it's literally traveled the world, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's dead. Oh, it vibrated. Okay, it says go light. All right, it made a little noise there. Oh shoot. Okay, it just did a little, I kind of missed it there, but there's a, oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, so it's doing a little animation. That's kind of cool. So it's probably setting up the device right now. And there we go. It just started up. It had a little loading thing there. But here is the home screen of the LightPhone. Oh, shoot, what did I just do? Oh, okay, it actually, I was like making a little face for the thumbnail, and it actually came up with a little message here. It says, greetings, welcome to your LightPhone. We'll need to get a good internet connection in order to ensure a smooth setup and software updating process. Please connect to a Wi-Fi network to continue the setting up. It's just setting up the device. So what I'll do is I'll quickly connect to Wi-Fi. You see it's scanning there, and I'm in a condo building, so it's probably gonna have a bunch of Wi-Fi networks, and you can see here, they're all loading up. Holy cow. Okay, that's actually a really responsive screen. I didn't realize that's actually really good. I did not expect that the screen would be that good on a device like this, because coming from the old device that they used to make was the LightPhone 2, and I know that a lot of people said that using the e-ink, which is like that thing that's on like the Kindle and stuff, apparently that wasn't as responsive, but this is like, you can see here when I scroll, like that's pretty good. Like that's all I need personally. Maybe it's not as good as an Apple iPhone. I can't tell the difference just based on what I've shown you there. Like that's really good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly go and grab my Wi-Fi password. I can't remember it. It's on a sticky note, and I'll enter my password, and then yeah, I'll show you guys what happens after that. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but I just connected to my Wi-Fi network here, and it made like a ding sound. And what I actually like, which I didn't show because I was entering my password there, but every time you click on a button on the LightPhone, at least what I'm seeing so far, and maybe I'll try it right here, but you see here when I click on, if I click next, it vibrates. It does like a little vibration sound. I'm a big fan of like that little vibration, just so you know that the phone is working. But moving on from the Wi-Fi entry there, you can see here, emergency SOS consent. It just says here, if you can read that, it says, this feature allows the Light OS to use GPS and surrounding network detection to share the most accurate possible location when you place a call or message to an emergency service, if applicable in your region. You can see there's a little accept or deny. I'm gonna accept this, even though like I'm personally, like when I have my iPhone, I'm not a big fan of it tracking me or following location services and whatever, all that stuff. But I think this is an important one. This is definitely something that you should allow, especially because I'm pretty sure other than this, and maybe I know that there's a map tool on the LightPhone, I don't think it does any other tracking, which I really, really like. So I'm gonna accept that. And the next option says optional log sharing consent. And it basically says Light OS has the option to share logs about any specific errors that occur with your LightPhone in order to help us to continually improve the reliability. Logs are primarily shared when there's a crash. Normally, I keep referring to my iPhone, but I think it's important that I do cross-reference a little bit, because I'm going from a device, a smartphone, which honestly I find just wastes your time half the time. But I'm going from a device that has a lot of features to something that's pretty new. These didn't really start going into circulation until March, and even then, they're only now starting to really kick off to some of the earlier pre-orders, and especially people in like Canada and Europe. Oh, it just turned off, so it probably has a little screen thing there. Cool, so the screen just pops up again if it does that. What I'm trying to say is on my iPhone, I usually wouldn't accept this, because personally, I don't want Apple knowing everything I do to improve their services. They know how to improve their services, okay? They're a $1 trillion company, maybe like, if not trillion, billions, hundreds of billions. They don't need that information. Light is a small company who I trust personally. Maybe that's a bit premature of me, I don't know, but based on my research and just based on the product and how much time I've spent researching and actually preparing for this device, I do think that it is worth accepting this optional log, primarily so that the device keeps improving. And I know for a fact that they plan, just based on what has been posted online, they do plan on adding additional features that make the device even better over time. And And I've seen videos of the creators of the LightPhone. They seem very nice. It's a very small team. I trust them. I'm gonna accept this. I'm sure you could probably change it later anyways. Okay, so the next screen says, let's create your Light account. You see you can skip here or you can log in. I'm actually gonna create an account because I haven't done that yet. And I'm pretty sure in order to set up your device and to actually use it with your computer, you have something called the dashboard, which I think I mentioned earlier. Okay, so actually literally after that, I clicked on continue and you can see here, this little notice that says the LightPhone is designed to work best with a Light account. This allows you to use the dashboard website to import contacts or to add and manage any tools. We've designed this experience with user privacy in mind. It's basically what I said earlier about the dashboard, and they even emphasize that user privacy is at the forefront of their device. So I think that's really important. I'm gonna go ahead and you can see you can accept or deny that. I'm gonna accept it because, as I said, I trust them. So the first step, you can see it says, please enter your email. So I'm going to enter my primary email here. I'll just click next. Okay, and then it says create a password on the screen right after that. So pretty easy. I'm gonna create a password I can remember. Okay, I'll click next, and then it says to confirm your password there. So you just re-enter the same password that you entered initially. And right off the bat, it does say, just after receiving the device, it says that there is a firmware update. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Usually a lot of devices have these types of things when you first get them, mostly because there are updates between the time they produce the device and when it actually gets in your hand, like I have now. I'm gonna go ahead and update the firmware. I'm sure it probably won't take too long. I'm just gonna click apply on that firmware, and you can see it says it's restarting, and I will let you guys know when that's done. Okay, so it's just, it's finishing up here. You can see it has the little message here. I gotta say, personally, I'm not sure if you guys know the Apple logo, like whenever you would start your Apple device, but this little animation that plays, it'll probably do it again there. I think that is so much cooler than the Apple logo just statically sitting on your screen. I think that is so cool that they actually put some thought and effort into the startup screen, and there you go. So you can see here, the device has, oh, and it just made a sound. It's letting me know that it's ready to go. You can see here right off the bat, just for some reference, you can see there's the time. It says 4:35. That might actually be slightly incorrect. So I'm probably gonna be able to change that in the settings. I assume that's probably something you can do. But as well, you can see up there, that's the battery percentage. So it tells you how much battery you have. You can see I have 40%. Up top here, it shows the little Wi-Fi symbol and it shows the Bluetooth symbol. So you can see that those are what the device has access to. It's already connected to Wi-Fi, and I do have some Bluetooth devices, which I'll probably test. I might do it in a different video just to keep things kind of separate. But yeah, here we are. Here is the LightPhone 3. I'm gonna click the little button here. You can see it says loading, and it says recent activity will be displayed here. And you click on those little dots, just like a normal phone. You can see it comes up with the phone there. Now, because I don't have a SIM card in this device yet, I actually have it still in the iPhone, which is recording this. I won't be able to make any calls or anything like that, but I will be transferring that over as well. If you click on the little human icon there, or person, you can see here, it says there are no contacts saved to the phone, and you can see you can add contacts, you can edit contacts, and you can search contacts. So very simple, very straightforward. I also believe through the dashboard you can import contacts. I've already gone ahead on my iPhone and I've exported all the contacts I have. So I think all I have to do is I'll go into the dashboard and I'll be able to import them all, and I'll have all my contacts from my iPhone, easy peasy. Okay, so I was just messing around here a bit with the buttons to try and figure out exactly what's happening, but I just happened to pull up the camera just by chance. This button right here, you can see once you click that button, it essentially pulls up the camera, and you can see here, it's kind of wonky. The cool thing about the Light camera, and what I'll try to showcase, is that whenever you take a picture with the camera, it's almost like an old camera that you would use, like one of those handheld ones. And basically, it's a two-step camera. So when you hold down the shutter, it focuses, and then you push it again and it takes the picture. So here you can see is kind of my messy background there with all my stuff on the couch. What I'll do is I'll hold down, it does a little vibrate sound, and then I click again. and it takes a picture. And then if I click on the photo here, you can see it pulls up the picture, and you can see, there we go. That's the picture I just took. Very easy to use. And you can actually see here, you can choose between your videos and your photos. So if you want to see all of them, you can just click all. If you want to see photos, no photos because I just got it, and no videos. Very simple to use, very efficient. As I say, I'm learning as I'm recording this, so this is kind of fun. I just found out if you click this little wheel here, this is how you turn on the flashlight. So you can see the flashlight turns on there. All you have to do is just click the side, turns on the flashlight, turn it off. Super, super cool. If you click on this button here, it opens up. So there's the home screen. Just click this and it opens up the actual stuff on the phone. You see, I don't have anything here to scroll through because I haven't gone on the dashboard yet, but you can see there's the phone, there's the alarm, there's album, there's camera, and there's settings. Very straightforward, very simple. All you have to do is you just click that little button on the side there. And as well, something else that's cool is these two buttons here. You can see that I'm using my two fingers on. If you push on either up or down, it changes the ringer volume. Very handy if you don't want the ringer super loud, or if you just want to turn it all the way off. You can see it says vibrate, it says silent, or you can turn it all the way up and then it's super loud. And as well, there's settings, and you can see here, there's notifications, preferences, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and account and info. If you click on notifications, you can see there's a really handy area which tells you all the information about your ringer mode, your ringer volume, your alarm volume, in-call volume, and you can see here, it even has location services, which is what we checked off earlier. So very, very convenient if you want to alter those settings or do anything like that. There's also preferences, and so you can see here, like if you want to do display, you can change how fast your phone screen turns off to save energy. You can see it says 1 minute. That means it's going to turn off after 1 minute. You can have a night display on, and you can also invert colors, which if you click on, it makes the phone it makes it all white and then all black on the text. So just switches the colors, which is a really cool feature. I personally would prefer the darker color, I think, just because it's easier on the eyes, especially if it's darker in your room or something. So definitely lots of cool stuff. You can even add a passcode to your phone, and there's even USB preferences and everything you need. So very, very handy, very straightforward. And you see, I've been talking for probably over 5 minutes since setting up the device. The phone is only lowered by about 1%, which is pretty average based on my experience with the iPhone. Sure, maybe the iPhone has a better battery and stuff, but remember, the purpose of the LightPhone is that you use it less, right? You don't want to be on it all the time. Maybe at first you're on it just to like get used to it and you're trying to set up the device, but after that, really, it's just meant to sit on your desk, sit in your pocket, and it's supposed to help you connect more with the world around you. And I do hope that it helps me do that. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to open the protective case and screen protector for the LightPhone. So you can see here, I'm just pulling out the case here. This is what's in the box. This is the case itself. And then I'm just gonna wiggle this out. So here is the black case that I ordered. They come in a huge range of colors, and you can even buy wallet cases online. So like if you want to have the phone inside of your wallet, granted, I don't think there's as much space for cards and stuff. I think you can have only a couple cards because the phone is pretty small, right? Like if you look at it compared to an average wallet, it doesn't have as much room, but still pretty cool. You have lots of different options. So as I said, I went with the black case, and I'm pretty sure all you have to do is just carefully slide it in and then just push down on the sides here. I'm trying to be very careful. I'm gonna pull up my knee here so I don't mess anything up. And boom, look at that. Perfect. Right on top. You can see it covers the code, has a nice slot for your flashlight, which you can see there. Easy peasy. Now my phone is protected, has nice light logo on the back. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the screen protector. Right off the bat, we have a little case here, which has, ooh, cool, okay. It's got some dust absorber. It gives you a nice microfiber cloth, very big too. This is a lot larger than some of the other ones I've received. And I believe there is a little screen cleaning wipe. So little light screen cleaning wipe. First, what I'm gonna do, which I will try to demonstrate, I'm going to wipe down the screen here. We've got the screen all nicely wiped off from any residual dust. And now now we're gonna pull out the rest here. You can see here is the screen protector. And actually, this is not what I expected. There's two of them. That's even better than I thought. I thought there'd only be one. I was kind of worried in case I were to mess something up, but actually they give you two just for that exact reason. So that is awesome. So here we go. I'm going to first, I'll just try to make sure that I don't drop anything here. I'm gonna pull the little case out. So not the case, the screen protector. I don't know what I'm saying. You can see there it has a little thing there that tells you what you're supposed to do. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the tempered glass here. Just gotta be really quick so I don't get too much dust. And now I'm just gonna try to position it so that it goes onto the phone.
One eternity later.
I think I got it. And there we go. You can see there, the screen protector is now on. Sometimes there's little marks in these things. Sometimes you just gotta give it a little press to make sure that it's all nice and ready to go. And my screen protector is on. And just like that, everyone, my LightPhone 3 is all set up and ready to go. I'm actually, while I'm here, I'm going to try and just set up the clock because it still says 5:02. It's not 5:02. I think it's like 1. For reference, what I did is from the screen here, I just went to settings, I went to preferences, I went to general, and then you can see there's time. And so you see right now it's set to standard AM, PM. What I'm going to do is I might actually change it to 24-hour. I kind of like the 24-hour clock. It's kind of cool. But what you can do is you can change it here. So you see there's all these different time zones. Okay, and here we go. It took me a little bit because there's like probably every single time zone in history in here, but you can see there's America, Toronto. Now when I turn it on, you see it says 13:05. It is 1:05 p.m. in Ottawa. I am so excited, as I said at the start of the video, to finally have this thing in my hands. I'm actually, I'm almost in disbelief that I actually got it. It was supposed to arrive tomorrow and it arrived today, earlier than expected. I didn't hardly have to pay any fees, and it's simple, it's straightforward, it's easy to use. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna probably switch over my SIM card so that I can try calling my parents to see if it works. In the meantime, if you have any questions about the LightPhone 3, please leave a comment below. If you yourself are expecting to get a LightPhone 3, feel free to let me know. I'd love to chat with you about it. This is a brand new channel, so make sure to subscribe, leave a like. Again, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, or afternoon. Have a good one.